Welcome to Preecaaap. UFC Shanghai. Johnny Walker versus Ming Yang Zhang. Oh, this is a cringy card, a very cringy card, but nonetheless, we're gonna struggle our way through it because it starts in we're starting early because this shit starts for me 3 a.m. I probably will wake up to see it though, just because that's the type of person I am. Man, you guys ready to do this? How'd we do last week? Who did best in Tapology out of everybody?
Oh, you know what?
Barry did, I think. I think
it's this guy right here. Yeah, absolutely. I had Tim Elliott. Shout out to Tim.
Oh shit! Yeah. My daughter's calling me.
Yeah.
1 second.
I also put a scratch-off bet on Joseph Morales, and I was so happy to see that. I knew from the very first round that it was cash money, and I was on the other guy. He was fighting with the guy from Kazakhstan. I can't remember his name now. Who cares, right? Joseph Morales, man. Got him with that triangle choke. It was a fucking thing of beauty. And I love victories like that when it doesn't go to the judges, when it's a huge underdog that pulls it off. It was a beautiful, beautiful way to start out the card. And, yeah, it was a good time. But, unfortunately, we lost our plus money junkie parlay. I think it was just Jared Cannonier that kind of, screwed that up for us. And, before the fucking fight, I was on the other side, too. I was on MVP. There's a couple I switched from LeBron Murphy. And I was on the what was that, debutant, I think? And it doesn't matter anyways. It was that Aaron Pico. Yeah, it was a debutant. How about that fucking fight? I should have been on LeBron Murphy. I needed you, Dave. I know you were. That's where you were there. If you were there, you would have talked some sense into me.
I apologize.
It's all right. I'm glad you're here today.
Guys, my family's on vacation. That was my daughter saying goodnight. Anyway, 3 p.m. in the afternoon here. Sweet. Yeah, Philippines. You got the ideal time, but I don't mind getting up early to watch fights. So who did the best last week out of the people in our chat?
People in the chat. Gerald Lynch was there.
But Barry did the best out of everybody, right?
Yeah, Barry did the best out of our little group here. Real News was Barry in there. Johnny K. Picks did really well last week as well.
Shout out to Johnny.
Check out his channel. Dirty Reg came in good with 8 wins as well. Ranj, you came in with 7. I came in with fucking 50-50. I only came in with 6.
All right, let's go. Enough of that. You ready? Let's get into this because I want to wrap this up quick. So, the curtain jerker for Shanghai, China. We have Dyer Ngozi. He's a Kazakhstani fighter taking on Uran Satibaldiev. Urine salty balls, but let's not lower ourselves to calling them urine salty balls. That's just not right. Anyway,
urine salty.
Uran Satibaldiev is from Kazakhstan. He's got a record of 9-1. He is the slight favorite here over Dyer Ngozi. Dyer Ngozi is actually coming off a loss in his UFC debut against Brenson Ribeiro. He got submitted by Kimura. Uran he's coming off his UFC debut loss to Martin Budai, but that's kind of aged well. Martin Budai just beat that, that famed black belt famed jiu-jitsu guy. Anyway, whatever. So, man, this is a weird. I don't really know much about these guys, but I'll tell you what I heard. I heard that Dyer Ngozi is a quitter. You could see him. You can see his willpower draining in these fights. And I heard Uran Satibaldiev has a tick where he can't stop touching his face. I don't know if that plays into anything, but he keeps touching his face. He get more strikes on himself than he does on his opponent. I don't know. But anyway, you know what? I'm going to go with Uran Satibaldiev. I'd rather take a nervous tick than a quitter. And that's what I heard about this Ngozi. I heard he's one of the fights you can go back and watch. Probably this last one. or I don't know. It's got to be something in his. I didn't really look at his resume, but he's got a fight that you could see clearly just gave up. It has to be last one because that's the only loss he has. But who knows these guys? I don't know these guys. So I'm taking Salta Baldia, but obviously I'm not confident. What do you guys know about these two fighters?
Yeah, I heard they call him urine because he pisses on his opponent's graves after he buries him.
No,
but
it beats the piss out of him. That's
it
what
beats
I
the
heard.
piss out of him. Okay, I made my own little thing up.
Beats the piss out of him.
And I want to say, guys, I'm sick. I'm here today. I'm going to give you my best go at things. I couldn't leave the chat hanging. I got to give you guys some solid picks and a real professional analysis, and that's why I'm here today. So, as far as Dyer goes, he's the one with the tick. I don't forget a face. He's the one who can't stop touching his face. He's in there fighting 2 fights. He's fighting his fucking inner demons, and he's fighting the fighter that's in front of him. And there's a couple things that give me hesitancy to pick the dog, and those things are the size difference, as you can see right there. And the other thing is the strength of schedule. I want to say that Dyer's actually fought on like really known MMA scenes. Like I just want to say, like, if you look at like I can't think off the top of my head like the promotions, but I want to say his quality of opponent has been way better. He did lose, but here's what I don't like. I don't like that there's a Kimura victory for Urine. There's a Kimura victory. Kimura Leon Soares, and there's a Kimura loss for Dyer. So you would think right there, I'm going to go with Dyer. This fight's going to end in Kimura. Fuck, I don't know what the chances of that are, happening. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Dyer. I'm going to go with the fact that he's not going to get Kimura. I feel like they're both really low output. I feel like this fight's going to go to decision. I want to stay away from this fight for all kinds of reasons. I would not put money on Dyer if he's going to stand there just fucking stroking his face the whole time. You know what I mean? He does it. He touches his fucking face like 6 times a minute.
So he's the one with the tick?
Yeah. But I'm still going to give me Howie Mandel to win a decision. Maybe he gets a KO. I'm going to go with give me Howie.
I want to add also that Martin Buday fight for Salta Baldiev. He came in short notice, and the day of the fight, Martin Buday had 40 pounds on the dude. So just take that into consideration as well. And this is at light heavyweight, so he's going to be, at his weight. And he's got a victory over Bruno Assis. That's a good one, LFA. That's a good victory to have. Dave, what are you thinking?
You took the words right out of my mouth. This guy is okay fighting at heavyweight. Yuran Saltibadiev is coming in 6'4". He's a gigantic beast. It's the curtain jerker of the fight event. I can't pick against Yuran here. I think Yuran's going to get this. I think he's just gigantic. He's okay fighting at 265 pounds against Martin Buday. Yes, he took that fight on short notice, but now he's going to be coming in at probably about, I bet you his weigh-in fight's probably about 235, 230, 225, 225 to 235, which means he's going to have a ridiculous size advantage against his opponent. You can even see it in the face-offs. I don't know if I got it here. He's just, I wish the flags weren't in there. Yeah, I wish we had it before the flags got on, because this guy is fucking gigantic. So yeah, I'm going to pick the ginormous Kyrgyzstanian. Where's he from?
Kyrgyzstan. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the gorilla, the gigantic man from, like, they don't make people that big in Kyrgyzstan. It's just he's 6'4". He's going to come in weighing 230 fucking pounds. He's going to manhandle DR. I think he's going to have his way with him. Probably beat him by submission. I don't think it's going to go the full 3 rounds. So I'm picking Yuran Saltibadiev within distance. If you like Yuran Saltibadiev within distance, hang on. Right now, they're both even money. Euron. Hang on a second here. Let me get there we go, right here. So Euron by TKO, DQ, or submission is plus 200. That's my prop bet, but I will pick him on a money line at minus 110.
Sweet.
I like my odds there. There's my
bet. Own. I agree with you. I also got Euron. So moving on. Next, we have this Long Zhao taking on Su Young Yu. Long Zhao will be the Chinese fighter. Su Young Yu is Korean. Yang Zhao is coming off a win in his second fight in the UFC against Quang Li. His first fight his debut was a loss to Chang Ho Lee. I like how they always, when they come to the UFC, they put the Asians against the Asians. It's just weird. A lot of these guys, But Su Young Yu, he's on a streak here. He made his UFC debut against Bargang Jalesi or Jalesi or something. After you beat him by decision, he beat AJ Cunningham. That's what's his name? Flat Earther's boy. You know who I'm talking about. Come on.
Bryce Mitchell.
Yes, thank you. That's Bryce Mitchell's boy, AJ Cunningham. So we got the Jiu-Jitsu, Su Young Yu, going against Long Zhao. I think Long Zhao's like a striker, and I think he's going to keep it standing. Dave's going to probably hopefully go over some stats, but I'm going to take the underdog here. I think he's got a little bit of he's got 5-inch reach advantage, 2-inch height advantage, and I think his takedown defense is good enough to stay out of the Jiu-Jitsu of Su Young Yu. And I think he's going to outpoint him for a striking, like a significant strike advantage decision. What are you guys thinking about this one? Barry?
Real fight picks, Young Yu.
Yeah, sorry about that. So Quang Li came out after losing to Long. First of all, I remember this very well. This was when me and Dave had the wise idea of staying up to watch this card last year.
Oh,
and Dave was playing the fights for me in the background, and I was watching him. I was on Quang Li that fight. I just had them for my pick. I did my regular, capping, and that's just who I landed on. And I remember how crazy that knockout was. That Long knocked him out. It was insane. I hurt my neck. If you guys remember, I twisted my neck, and it was I couldn't believe it. I looked up at something. I can't remember. I just twisted my neck, hurt myself, and I'll never forget that. And then Quang Li came out and he actually proved himself against Gaston Bolanos, and I think he was an underdog in that fight. So that's aging well there for Long. I have a feeling he'll get taken down, but I feel like he's gonna pop back up. When you go by Jiu-Jitsu and you're from Korea, I mean, it's the most cringiest thing you could possibly do. Like, he's not gonna scare anybody with his wrestling. I'm on Long. You know what I mean? He's the underdog. I feel like he's fought better competition. I feel like the Su has only fought like in Korea, and that's why he's been able to get off like that with his wrestling. And now he's fighting probably the best fighter he's ever fought. So I think that jiu-jitsu is not going to pan out the way he expects it to. And I'm on Long. I'm on Long all the way.
I don't know. Jiu-Jitsu, he was in UAE Warriors. He was in, I don't know.
What made me make up my mind too is like he
doesn't have a lot of past great victories, but these road to UFC guys, they have a ton of fights though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of experience in there. But yeah, I don't know. Dave, what are you thinking?
So this is a classic stand-up versus wrestler fight. Look at the stats real quick. Long is at 5.4 strikes landed per minute versus 1.88.
Oof.
4.27 strike absorbed versus 1.32 strike absorbed. So both of its positive striking ratios, but the striking volume is going to be on long side. Let's put it that way. Takedown average 0.84 versus 4.75. So his past victory obviously is what's going to be. It's going to be taken to the ground. If you can take him down, yes, he can dominate him and eventually win. But the volume of Long, I mean, Long's got a 77% takedown defense versus 55% takedown defense. I mean, yes, no ground game. If he doesn't get taken down, it's going to be controlled till the end of the round. I don't think Yu's going to have enough to finish him. But as long as Long, my God, this is going to be the fucking hardest fight card to fucking say. As long as Long can stay on his feet and Yu doesn't take him down, I like Yang in this one. He does have a healthy height advantage as well as a healthy reach advantage. Age pretty much the same as far as that goes. Both of which have shitty records. Yu, as you can see, is a decisionator. I don't see him finishing very much. That's why I'm picking Long in this one. Oh, fuck. This is so hard to do. Yeah, I'm picking Long in this one. I think he's going to have the volume on the feet. He's going to be able to outpoint.
He's the longer fighter by 5 inches.
Young Yu. Gerald Lynch, don't fucking say a thing. Shut up.
Barry, you're taking the wrestler, or the grappler, or no?
No, didn't Long go the distance with the guy they called Korean Khabib or some shit like that, which is Chang Ho Lee. Like, that's why I wanted the decision, and it was a split decision at that. And shout out to Useless. Useless is ballsy because he's going with Su Young Yu inside the distance, I think by sub, which is crazy, bro. So
I mean, has Su Young Yu finished anybody?
He's
sure.
I mean, maybe on the the guys that are just changing the oil in their Honda Civic or whatever.
So his last one was in deep 155 or 115 impact in round 1, 2023, where he finished a fucking can. If not, he finished another can before that. Those are the only 2 finishes he has. So as far as I'm concerned, fuck, he's not finishing fuck all.
Right. All right. We're all in agreement with Long Zhao. Moving on up the card, we have next the biggest, widest line on the card. We have Yiza minus 1,050 taking on the American Weston Wilson. Weston Wilson comes back at a plus 675. That's juicy, man, for a guy Weston Wilson. Weston Wilson's he trains with the karate style, upstate karate with Wonder Boy Thompson. And he's decent on the ground. He'll catch up a submission if the opportunity's there. And he's taking on Yiza, who is a wrestler, grappler style fighter, if I remember correctly, right? I don't know why the dude is minus 1,050. That's ridiculous. And the thing is, Weston Wilson's never made it past the first round, I believe. I heard a stat like that. I don't think he's not like a knockout guy, this Yiza. I think he's going to use his wrestling to just smother him. I'm going to take the over 1.5 at plus 130. But Yiza will probably, he'll just wrestle fuck his way to a victory, I think. I don't see him finishing Weston. And Weston Wilson on the feet, he's a karate guy, upstate karate. So I don't know. I might even take a little scratch off bet on Weston Wilson just to surprise everybody. But yeah, I'm going to take Yiza. We'll say unanimous decision, but I'm going to bet over 1.5 rounds at plus 130. What are you guys thinking about this one?
Bro, I think I was tripping, bro. I'm sorry, I got to bring Useless up again. I think he's picking Yiza to win by sub, which is nuts. Tell me, anybody in the chat, tell me who Yiza's jiu-jitsu coach is. You guys look that up, and if you guys tell me, I'll give you a great compliment because
Chinese, bro. Embo Fight Team. Let me interject a quick story about Embo Fight Team. Embo Fight Team is an orphanage where impoverished Chinese people leave their children. They breed these children from young ages to be fighters. So they're like weeding them out when they're like 5 and 6. Who's the physically the better people? Then throughout the whole thing, all the Embo guys. That's why you'll see like a 22-year-old with 30 fights, shit like that. Embo Fight Club. That's why they've been doing it since they're like pro fighting since they're 16 and shit. And that's where this guy Yiza, he's one of those Embo Fight Clubs. So keep that in mind. You know what I mean? He's been bred to fight since super young. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. This is a back and forth conversation. I like to learn stuff like that. I had no idea, and now I know because I'm sure that there's going to be more fighters that come out of this orphanage. So that's actually really cool. But still, who's the jiu-jitsu coach there? This guy, he has a lot of subs. He has a ton of subs, this Yiza guy. Ton of subs. And it's on guys who, work, at the car shop there in Hong Kong. You know what I'm saying? And come home and try to make some extra money by fighting on the Chinese regional scene. It's not like he has these submissions over other grapplers that have a purple belt or black belt. I think Weston Wilson's a black belt. He's some kind of belt, but he is a jiu-jitsu. He trains. There's a jiu-jitsu coach he trains under. I can't remember who it is, but he does. His striking coach is Ray Thompson, which is Stephen Thompson's dad, and he does grappling, but he learned grappling before striking, so he's well-rounded. He had excellent jiu-jitsu and started at a decent. I think he has 14 or something like that.
12 submission wins, by the way.
Yes, with legit jiu-jitsu, okay? Not no knockoff Timu jiu-jitsu.
Chinese jiu-jitsu?
Not Chinese jiu-jitsu, not the finger thing. Finger lock jiu-jitsu. So this is an easy pick for me, guys. I'm going to take a shot. I'm actually picking Weston Wilson on my Tapology pick. I think he's probably the more well-rounded fighter. I think he's got a belt. He does karate. He's been doing it for a long time, and he has real jiu-jitsu. Okay? This kind of reminds me of last week with Joseph Morales. And I said I was going to take a scratch off on Joseph Morales. I should have took that scratch off on the sub because I even said he has all that jiu-jitsu. He came from jiu-jitsu. He's been training since he was 9 at Team Alpha Male. Same fucking shit right here. Same shit right here. So I'm on Weston Wilson for Tapology pick, and I'm picking him. I'm putting money on it. I'm going to put a $15 scratch off. Hopefully I wake up in the morning.
I think you just flipped my pick, bud.
To $100.
Seriously. I'm looking at Weston Wilson's Instagram, and
he has lost 5 times. He's a loser. And Weston Wilson's fought the tougher competition. So what am I missing? I think these guys just want to have the same talking points.
Punch knockout guys. Joe Anderson Brito, he's losing by these hard punch. This guy is gonna get to Yiza is gonna go to the ground. And look at this post on Instagram this is like back in April, but it said, and it shows him with his black belt. It said, I started BJJ when I was 17 when we moved to Brazil, and then when in 2015 he decided he wanted to earn a black belt under this guy that gave him it. And look at, so yeah, he's a legit black belt, and he's got 12 submission wins, dude. I think I'm switching my pick for the biggest underdog on the card. Unreal. But yeah, Dave, talk some sense into us, right?
You guys are fucking. Let me be honest, you guys. This show does not promote crack. Do not smoke crack. These people are obviously not in the right mind to fucking go against this fucking massive favorite.
Hey, I said I'm under the weather. I'm under the weather today.
Yeah, so obviously, because Weston Wilson sucks shit. I don't know what you guys fucking think. And he can't get past the first round. Regardless of that, Yiza is such a favorite. And Yiza has a fucking ground game. Okay, sorry. Let's go on with stats real quick. And we have some decent fights here. We've got 3 fights for fucking Wilson, even though 2 of which are losses against Brita Silva and his only win is against Sarajai, which he sucks. So I mean, I'll go with a good average here. It's not bad. Reach is the same as far as I'm concerned. Fucking 8 years younger, so 10 years younger. Strike land per minute 2.80 versus 1.68. Wow. I mean, strike absorb 5.72. The negative striking ratio is ridiculous on this one. Even striking ratio, as far as I'm concerned, 2.80 versus 2.83 for Yiza. And fucking Yiza, by the fact he doesn't have a second name. He's only got one name. That's pretty fucking stylish, by the way. On the ground, as far as I realize you want to go with the win-loss record, but on the stats, takedown average 3.54 versus 1.68. So your fucking guy Wilson, who's going to fucking finish things in round one and fucking submit this guy, he might be on the defensive here on the ground game. The takedown average only 16% for Wilson. There's not a great takedown game. Does not impress me. Takedown defense 33%, which means he gets taken down as well. I realize the accuracy is only 30%, but 54%. But I'm sorry. And the average here of the submission average 8.14 against the fucking shitty ass cans that he finished in the first fucking round. He's not finishing Yiza in the first round. He's not finishing in the second round. He's not finishing in the third round. We know this by now. So as far as I'm concerned, Yiza is going to win this probably by decision or probably in like the later rounds. So your Yiza plus whatever the fuck it is.
Weston Wilson by sub right here. Oh, here's the
over
proof.
1.20.
Yeah, plus 1,500 for that.
Yeah. Anyways, your Yiza over 1.5, I think, is a fucking walk-off. Forget the subs, forget anything else. This fight is going to go over 1.5. Yiza is going to win this by decision, by submission, by something. But this plus 120 is a fucking walk-off. 1.5, I love it.
Yeah.
Over 1.5 plus 120.
That's what I said, over.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It will likely.
And I will put a scratch off bet on Weston Wilson.
I'm doing that right now. I got plus 890. I'm going to get it before I lose any EV.
All right. Moving on. Up the card. Next we have Michel Pereira taking on Kyle Daukaus, the return of Kyle Daukaus. So Michel Pereira, he's 31 double-digit losses, 13 losses. He's coming off a horrible performance against Abus Magomedov. Just looked like he didn't want to be in there. Before that, he got knocked out by Anthony Hernandez, but now everyone notices that Anthony Hernandez is, top three. So, and he's taken on a returning Kyle Daukaus. Now, Kyle Daukaus, he did get ousted from the UFC. Then he went to the Cage Fury and just kicked everybody's ass. And his last fight was a pretty, let me see. I think it might have been for a belt or something. Let me see. Oh, he was defending second title defense, his last fight. And I guess he's doing kicking everybody's ass over Cage Fury, which is a pretty good thing. And at plus 195, I'm going to take Kyle Daukaus as another underdog pick. Michel Pereira is just not the same dude. He's, I don't think his heart is into it anymore. He's all the flashiness and all that shit. Just, I don't know. I can't comfortably pick Michel Pereira to beat Kyle Daukaus here. I think Kyle Daukaus wants back. I think he's got more willpower. I'm taking the dog here again. Take a dog spot. What do you guys think of this fight?
Michel Pereira has some sins that I can't look past a little bit. I got to mention them if I'm going to look past them. One of them is that I think he lost to Diego Sanchez. Is that a loss? The fact that he didn't finish them
not not Diego Sanchez. Oh, like you're talking like fucking ages ago.
I mean, it doesn't matter because Diego Sanchez was already a fucking dumbass. You know what I mean? There he is, a loss. He
Illegal
lost.
5 years ago.
He should have lost to somebody else that he like flipped on top of, and he still won that. But he like he flipped on top of him. It was like an illegal move. Yeah, he's just kind of stupid, you know, Michel Pereira, you know, and he's had some impressive wins to beat Chaos Williams, Andre Fiallo, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Andre Petrosky. Ola Jacek is aging well, and he fucking subbed him. That's beautiful. And you know, you got to look. You know, Abus Magomedov would destroy Kyle Dawkins, and so would Anthony Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez would kill him. So I got to go with the guy who was on a streak before they fed him to the wolves. I mean, they were really trying to see what he was made of because he does have like a pizzazz, a personality, and he'd probably be a very entertaining champion. But Kyle Dawkins, I mean, I just never believed in them. I never believed in Chris Dawkins. I felt like a lot of his fights were like hand-picked, and but he does have some good wins himself. I wouldn't call him wins. He doesn't have any notable wins, in my opinion, but he did fight tough guys, and he didn't get finished. So this fight is really hard. The only thing I can see, and that's clear, is Pereira, Michel Pereira winning. He is a, you know, minus 245, so I'm, you know, preaching to the choir a little bit. But one thing I for sure can't predict, because Kyle Dawkins is a tough cookie. I mean, he fought Brendan Allen and he didn't die. He made it the whole way. The loss to Eric Anders is disgusting. So yeah, easily though. Let me just pick Michel Pereira. That's an easy pick. I mean, there's no way Kyle Dawkins is winning. If you made that bet already, Jesus, MMA Jesus, you know, I hope you did it because I guarantee you, Kyle Dawkins isn't shit because Chris Dawkins is a little bit better, and you know, look where he's at. So I think,
bro, it's not even the same.
I'm talking talent. Like Chris Dawkins is more talented than Kyle Dawkins. Kyle Dawkins is you know.
I just looked at both their Instagrams. Kyle Dawkins is putting in like a week ago. You see him all sweating and everything. Michel Pereira, he's on his boat with boats and hoes. Remember the whole, if you guys watched the Stat Diggers, what's his name? DFS by the Brady, he made a whole rap about boats and hoes and Michel Pereira. It was actually kind of awesome. But yeah, he's not like, his last training picture is like July something, but everything else is just boats and hoes, haircuts and signing, and yeah. Go to Kyle Dawkins though, putting it in like a week ago. He's putting it in, weights, striking, grappling, all sorts of shit. So Kyle Dawkins, underdog pick. Dave, what are you gonna do in this?
Oh, dude, I'm picking Dawkins as well. I've been a Dawkins fan my whole fucking life. I mean, I like Pereira as well, but I think Pereira's flashy and outstanding. Dawkins is going to be the stable guy who's going to be able to not worry about the fucking flashiness of the Pereira, be able to be his ground game is fucking amazing. His stand-up's amazing. His jab is good. His footwork is good. He's going to be able to keep the distance. Pereira's going to get frustrated. I think Dawkins is going to be able to pick him off. If it does go to the ground, I hate to say it, I think Dawkins has the advantage here. I'll go
definitely. He's a black belt, and his training videos, he shows wrestling. I heard his last the Cage Fury stuff. He like improved his wrestling tenfold, and I think he's gonna right on Instagram showing him doing takedowns a week ago. That's what he's gonna do to beat Michel Pereira's Copa Pierre, that dance style. Remember? Yeah, he's
got the volume, but it's against lesser opponents. So 4.50 versus 3.22. So he's got the volume there, but the ratio in the grand scheme of things, 4.33 strike absorbed versus 2.94, which is 3. So I mean, it's pretty damn fucking close to the strike absorbed as well. I mean, the ratio is in favor of Kyle here. The takedown average 2.12 versus 1.14. I got advantage Cal all day long. I mean, yeah, he's not going to try and take you down, but if he does, you're in fucking problems. And submissions 1.9 versus 0.7. I'm liking Cal here all day long. I mean, I realized where is Prayer? Prayer is a heavy favorite. Heavy favorite.
Bro, anybody, either one of you guys have the gonads to do a t-shirt to hoodie bet on this one? Because I mean, I feel like I'm in a alternate universe right now.
Oh, I got Dicus all day. I got Kyle all day long.
I mean, do you want to put your torso where your mouth is? Because I will buy you a hoodie, no problem. A good one too, not one. Yeah, not a cheapie. I'm talking about,
not a Chinese one,
licensed,
like not a Ranj buy.
Made in America.
Guys.
A good buy. Okay,
I messed up.
All right, I will take that one.
Okay, I'll get you something made in America. Look at the tag when you get it.
Okay, look at the odds here. Minus 250 for Pereira. Kyle Dicos plus 200. This is my dog bet for the fucking night. I got one more, I think, but he's only at like plus 110. So, yeah, I'm on Kyle here, guys.
Me as well.
Story, at one point in the UFC 319 card, Ranj owed me 4 shirts.
True story. All right. Moving on up the card. We got fight lightweight 155 with Rong Zhu, another he's what did I just say the orphanage was called?
Enbo
fight. He's another Enbo dude. That's why he's 25 years old, but he has I don't know a ton of how many fights he's got here. 32 fights. 32 fights. He's 25 years old. That Enbo fight team. He's been bred for this shit. His record in the UFC was kind of like because he got losses to Chris Padilla, and before that he was in the UFC, lost to Ignacio Bahamondes, and he's lost the UFC to Rodrigo Vargas. So, of his 6 losses, 3 of them have been in UFC, and before that it was like way before against doesn't even count. It's like 2018 against these dudes from Chin Wu Men and Wu Ling Fang, WLF Wars and crap like that. But I think he's actually come into a better form now where he's supposed to be. He was very impressive with that last win over Cody Steele. Cody Steele was a huge favorite too. Dave, you picked Rong Zhu. I remember I was laughing at you. Came out victor though, and that was fight of the night. And I think he's going to pretty much do a similar unanimous decision win over Austin Hubbard. Austin Hubbard's he's durable, but that's about it. He's not like a good point fighter. I guess he's well-rounded. He's decent on the ground. Nothing great though. I just don't see any way that Austin Hubbard's going to be able to beat Rong Zhu unless banana peel catch him with a overhand sloppy, haymaker or something. But I got Rong Zhu all day, unanimous decision. Pretty confident with it too. What are you guys thinking about this fight?
Oh man, this fight's going to be super close. I think I picked Hubbard in my Tapology because I felt like here's the one thing I don't like about Rong Zhu. I mean, I kind of look at who the favorite is, and I start to pick apart their game. And the something that I don't like about Rong Zhu is he's been subbed 6 times, and he's been subbed on the regional scene. I think he's been subbed probably in the UFC. I'm not sure, but if he hasn't, I mean, I'm sure Austin Hubbard is better than the guy that's have subbed Rong Zhu. So that fucking bugs me, and I think I'm gonna stick with my gut. I don't like the age difference. I think it's like 33 and 25. I don't love that. I don't like that Hubbard is pretty much defenseless, or not defenseless, but he's not like a threat to finish the fight. But I don't think he has enough like quick reaction time to put a sub in. Austin Hubbard's not that guy. He's more like a blue collar. Let me see if I can get away with just hitting you more times. So I don't trust Austin Hubbard enough. I honestly wish if he was more fast, twitchy, I would take him. But remember what I said, guys. Remember what I said. There's a world where I can see Rong Zhu putting his head in the wrong place and gifting Austin Hubbard a sub. I see that because, like I said, I believe Rong Zhu's been subbed in the past by worse competitions, by guys with worse training than Austin Hubbard. Maybe Rong Zhu comes in and makes Austin Hubbard look like a world beater on the ground. Maybe. Remember this, guys. You guys always do this to me with Martin Budai, with Joseph Morales. I want to put a scratch off on Austin Hubbard, but I'm already doing it with Weston Wilson. But I'm going to pick Rong Zhu, low confidence. Picking Rong Zhu. I'm switching my pick back to Rong Zhu because I don't think Austin Hubbard has that danger because he's been a unanimous decision guy. They're both equally as shitty probably on the ground, except maybe Austin Hubbard's a little bit better. But I am afraid that Rong Zhu's he loves to get subbed. I'm afraid of that, but I'm picking Rong Zhu.
Okay, so you're saying Rong Zhu loves to get subbed. So the only time he's been subbed is by Ignacio Bahamondes when Bahamondes was in fucking awesome physical shape. And by the way, that time he took that fight on short notice and missed weight. Before that, he lost to submission in 2018. So you're banking off the one fight against Ignacio Bahamondes, or then you're going back to 2018, which is over 7 years ago. Yes, he got choked 7 years ago, and he got choked 8 years ago in his fucking round one when he was a child. I see your path to the way that you're coming to your decisions. I just think it's the wrong path.
I picked Rong Zhu. I don't know what MMA. And look, you guys are talking to. Look at seventh place last week.
You're shut the fuck up. Listen, the sun will shine on a dog's ass every once in a while. Let's just put it this way. I don't see Austin Hubbard finishing this guy. I don't see him being subbed. If you want to go over the stats real quick, here, let's go over some stats because that's what really shuts you the fuck up finally. Strike land per minute, 5.90 versus 3.87. Striking volume goes to Rong Zhu. Strike absorbed, 5.51. Negative striking ratio, not by much, but negative compared to 3.82, which is fucking close, Austin. Austin Hubbard's his strength is the ground game, and against Rong Zhu, it's not really a strength here. Takedown average 1.56 versus 1.59. Takedown defense 84 fucking percent. Takedown accuracy 62%. He is clinical. He's way better than Austin Hubbard is on the ground. Austin Hubbard's ground game is the only path to victory. He's going to get tuned up on the feet. He's going to get tuned up on the ground. I don't think there's any fucking chance that there is any other way that Rong Zhu wins this. I think this is a walk-off, kind of a handoff for him. So, yeah, I'm on Rong Zhu all day long. I don't think he's going to finish him, but
well, hopefully we're not wrong. Hopefully we're not wrong.
Wrong.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wow, wow, wow. All right.
We're all on Rong Zhu, Ranj.
All right, everybody's on Rong Zhu. All right, moving on up the card. We have Lonir Kavanaugh, undefeated fighter. It shows a Chinese flag, but I think he was raised in Britain, and he's like half. Like one of his parents is Chinese, the other is whatever, British, Irish, something like that. I'm assuming Kavanaugh, his dad, is probably Irish. But anyway, he's taking on Energy Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson, he's been on a little bit of a tear, hasn't he, recently? Let's see. Charles Johnson, 17-7. And well, he's coming off a loss to Ramazan Temirov. But before that, he had a good 4-fight win streak. Decent people. Suma Darji's on there. He's on this card. Beat Joshua Van, Jake Hadley, and Azat Maxim. Those are That's a good string of wins before that last fight he lost. And he comes in here as a 2-1 underdog, plus 210. Ugh. But that's because he's going against Lonier Kavanaugh, undefeated prospect. What's he coming off? Looks like, unanimous decision win to Felipe Dos Santos. Before that, he had his UFC debut against Jose Ochoa. But man, if you look at his resume, it's Charles Johnson's got so much more experience, and it's just and this dude Lonier, he does have some losses in his amateur career way back, but so they don't really, they don't matter. But whatever. I just see who's the best guy. This guy Lonier Kavanaugh has fought and beat, Jose Ochoa or Felipe Dos Santos. But if you look at Charles Johnson, he's beat some pretty. He's beat some killers. He's beat some good guys, So this is another one who I might be on the underdog here. Look, he took out Joshua Van with an uppercut. That's performance of the night. Come on. You're going to, it's just, I don't know. I want to lean Charles Johnson, but what do you guys think? Am I talking nonsense? This Lonier Kavanaugh, is he legit 9-0 against, is he worth being minus 258? Tell me. I don't know.
All right, guy. I could go back and forth. I mean, this guy, Lonier Kavanaugh, certain things about his career, about his story are impressive. And he's fighting out of China. So that right there, that kind of gives me hesitation right there. And I know this fight's going to decision. Unless it's finished by Charles Johnson, because Lonier Kavanaugh is not going to come out there and finish Charles Johnson. Even Muhammad Mokaev with his jiu-jitsu, which Kavanaugh likes to use wrestling and jiu-jitsu, didn't finish Charles Johnson. Neither did, you said, who did Charles Johnson finish in the third round? He's like everybody. He's the bee's knees now. Everybody wants to be on his that Hawaiian kid, whatever. Anyways, Lonier Kavanaugh, the impressive thing about his story is that he started mixed martial art competition, like fighting in mixed martial art competition, like in a cage or a ring. Doesn't really matter. Just going fist to cuff. I think the age of 15. I think you can even see on his Tapology. You can see he had fights in 2013. He's a young guy right now. And he lost his dad at the age of 7. His dad was really big into having to be in karate and combat sports. And so sports and combat sports, that's all he knows. He eats, breathes, shits, combat sports. He started jiu-jitsu young. He's like a black belt in karate or taekwondo or kickboxing. He started kickboxing. He's a black belt, and then he has a jiu-jitsu belt. So he's better in the kicking game and jiu-jitsu game than Charles Johnson. Where I think Charles Johnson has an edge is probably the hands, probably the boxing. And he's got the size. That's the one thing I can't get over. And that's why Kavanaugh can't finish anybody. He won't finish anybody who's ever had a fight in the UFC because he's 5'4". He's not big enough. So can he pull out a decision? Probably. I'm really torn, but I feel like this is either going to be some kind of robbery because I can't pick a fucking Charles Johnson fight for the life of me. I had Zhalgas Zhumagulov who won, but Charles Johnson got the nod. And like I said, I had the guy he knocked out in the third round. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sick. I'm not going to try to pull that one. But I had that guy, the better one.
Joshua Van.
Joshua Van. He knocked out Joshua Van in the third because he knew how to pull all that energy out of Van. Van punched himself out. So I feel like this is what I think happens. I think Kavanaugh gets ahead. Charles Johnson starts out slow like he does. He's going to be relying on the knockout because he's from Missouri. Shout out to MMA Jesus. I want to pick Charles Johnson, man. I really, really fucking do. But I feel like he's going to give away a couple rounds to this kid because he's going to fall behind, and he's going to want to think that the third round knockout's going to be there, and Kavanaugh's still going to be there. He's still going to be outpacing him. So I'm going to go ahead and flip my pick. I was on Johnson, but the more I hear myself talk, I feel like this is going to go to unanimous decision, and I feel like it's going to be Kavanaugh that wins it.
Fuck. I hate agreeing with you.
Fuck, I got to go with Lonier Kavanaugh. Over 2.5. Great bet. I mean, it depends how chalky it is, though.
Right, Dave, before you guys want to interject something. So Charles Johnson, he trains at Fusion Excel. However, he has also spent a lot of time at Tiger Muay Thai. So he's not like new to that part of the world. You know what I mean? He's Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand. That's right there. So if you think there's like some sort of like a, you know, bias there, Lauren Kavanaugh trains at British top team. He reps the Chinese flag, but he's, you know what I mean? He's not really from China. So that I don't know if he's going to have like a home field advantage in that respect, but I'm just throwing that out there. It's something to swallow down that Charles Johnson has spent quite a amount of time at the Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand. So it's not like he's new to the Asian fight scene. All right, Dave, what do you?
I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm still on the fence because look at those stats right there. Johnson has fought the way better competition, and he has the better striking numbers. Fuck, Dave, what do you got to say?
Dave.
Okay. George also Laura Kavanaugh has fought against bigger guys his whole fucking career. Yes, Dirty Reg, you are correct. He always fights against big guys. He's fucking used to it. His strength is the ground game. His strength is not the finish game. Charles Johnson is going to get fucking owned. Yes, striking on the feet, 4.71 versus 3.73. So the volume advantage will go to Charles Johnson on this one. Strike absorb 3.62 to 3.42. Advantage there to Kavanaugh. I'm going to give that almost a wash on the feet. Yes, Johnson will have the reach advantage, but that's not what he's known for. And it's only a 3-inch each advantage, by the way. So 3 inch, that's like 1.5 inches on each hand. That's not enough to make that much of a difference. Yes, the height advantage is substantial. For only the height advantage is 3 inches, but Charles Johnson doesn't finish guys. Laura Kavanaugh doesn't finish guys either. Takedown average 1.85 versus 0.50. Yes, this is only with fucking 3 guys on the fucking repertoire, but the point is Charles Johnson can get taken down. He gets taken down on a regular fucking basis. His accuracy is only 20%. He's only a stand-up guy. He's not going to try and take this guy down. Takedown defense here is 100%, and half the time he takes his fucking guy down. No submissions, which tells me decisionator. This screams decision. This screams volume, fucking decision, takedown, control. Lauren Kavanaugh over 2.5. Lower Kavanaugh decision. Lower Kavanaugh. Yeah, I get the favorite. I kind of like him. Definitely over 2.5 rounds, which is, minus 380. Fuck me. How is the over 2.5 rounds minus 380 and the money line's 250? 100% decision. No prop bets to bet on this one. Lauren Kavanaugh by decision minus 125. That's even lower than the money line. I can't even prop bet this one better. So I'm just going to pick Lauren Kavanaugh minus 125 by decision. Best I can do.
All right. Moving on.
I'll stick with it.
Next, we have the feature fight of the prelims. We have Mahashate Hayaser taking on Gage Young. And this is an interesting fight because Gage Young is the first American favorite on this card. Is it the only? Let me check real quick. When it comes to Americans versus Chinese, he is the only favorite. So Gage Young minus 148 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Mahashate is plus 124. Mahashate comes in with a record of 10-4. He's coming off a loss to Nicholas Mota. You don't want to lose to him. That's not a very good look. But before that, he does have a nice win, a split decision win over Gabriel Benitez. Prior to that, he got beat by Slava Claus by knockout. Rafa Garcia beat him. He beat Steve Garcia. That one's looking real good. That's a good win there. Gage Young, though, he doesn't have as much experience as Mahashate. His debut, he lost to Evan Elder by unanimous decision. Before that, he was in what's that scene? There's Contender Series Day, and what's that, FAC. But Gage Young, G Money, I think he's probably going to have. Mahashate is a striker, am I right? I do believe so.
Yes.
100%. I don't. He has no fucking ability to take somebody down. He's 100% striker for sure.
Also, he's Embo Fight Club. Remember, I just told you, bred since young as orphans to become fighters. But I just don't like that he's, losing to the likes of Slava Claus, Rafa Garcia, Nicholas Moda. Before that, he has a whole bunch of canny wins in in the Asian scene over there. His best win is Steve Garcia. I don't know. This guy's just not. I think I might have to go with the American. I don't know. Gage Young, he doesn't have the same resume as Mahashate. Who's he? He lost to Bobby Lee by armbar. Oof. Besides that, I'm checking for other names I know. He lost in Contender Series. He's unproven, so it's not like you can rest on Gage Young to, put him in your parlay or anything. I'm going with the. I guess I'll go with when Dave reads the stats. That's when I'm gonna make my pick. I don't know. I'm on the fence right now. Unless one of you guys.
Stats for the fucking guy. He's had one fight in the UFC in a Contender Series.
All right. Well, after you and Barry give your shit, I will settle on a decision. Right now, I'm on the fence. Okay. So Barry, what you got? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute. There you go.
It's crazy. I didn't know Gage Young was a favorite. That's kind of crazy right here. I'm picking Mahashate to knock this guy out for the first time. That's what I'm picking. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like there was something fluky about the Steve Garcia win, whether Steve Garcia came out and underestimated Mahashate or Mahashate brought out his best trick and it worked. And that's exactly how I feel what kind of fighter he is. Because he only has a limited game. He doesn't have any kind of ground game. Does he have a sub? He has one sub, and he got it 7 years ago against some nobody in a nobody organization. And so I want to go with Mahashate. I don't like it. This is out of all the fights on the card. I don't have any kind of read. I would totally choose this one to pass and stay away from. I'm much more comfortable with Weston Wilson than I am with picking Mahashate right now. And but the other kid, I guess I'm picking. This is kind of stupid, but when I get really stuck like this, I'm looking at something I don't like, and it's from 5 years ago. And I wish I would have kind of did a deeper dive on the background of Gage Young. I wish I want to see I don't know enough about him, but I have to guess. that Mahashate's fought on promotions that have been around longer. He's probably seen a little better competition, a little better strength of schedule. But I don't like the unanimous decision 5 years ago for Gage Young over Chase Kubler. That guy was his very first fight, and he barely beat him a unanimous decision. I'm judging Chase because I don't know shit about him. He could be the toughest guy ever. He has a lot of tattoos. But that's kind of what I'm judging off of. But it's not really fair because Mahashate probably has some ugly losses too. But, I'm just going with Mahashate. If it goes to decision, maybe he gets the hometown nod. Like I said, this is the lowest confidence pick I have.
Even the blind dog finds a bone.
Dave.
All right, here we go. I'll go over this real quick. Let's go over Gage Young's record. He's 9-3. All right, he has lost to Evan Elder, who was 9-2. Evan Elder, okay. Eric Grant, who was 6-4, who is now 6-5. Eric Grant sucks. He beat Quinlan Scalide, who not that good, fucking Australian guy. He beat Josh Tully, who was a 5-5 guy. Oh, well done. 5-5, who's now 5-6. Who is he beat and in which organization? Because this guy, Brexton Everett, that he beat, who was 2-7, Oh wow, 2-7. Who is now 2-8? Yeah, I get it. So he beat Brexit. He beat him out. He beat this fucking Danny Murrow guy out, who was like that was his last fight in the fucking in his career. Can semi-can that he lost to. Can that he beat Evan Elder, the best record that he ever fucking fought, and he lost that one because he should have, because he hasn't fucking beat anybody else. And now he's getting served up to Machate. There's got to be, by the way, by the end of the show, there's got to be a one-name parlay, because there's a couple one-name fucking fighters on this fucking card that are going to win. You've got your Endo parlay as well.
Yeah,
there's a
coincidentally, all the one-name people are from M because they don't.
Yeah,
have
there you go.
They don't have parents that have a
similar
last name.
parlay.
Dave, they're all orphans. If you're an orphan, you don't have a last name. That's why Rong Zhu, Yiza, Mahashat. Actually, Mahashate does have a last name. It's how you say her. But anyway, just coincidentally, they're all, bastards.
Anyways, Gage Young sucks. Mahachate's got
no parents parlay.
Fucking career, way better of repertoire. Gage Young hasn't actually beat anybody who's any good, and he's got Decisionator. Machate, I don't know if he's gonna be able to finish this one, but I'm confident putting him in a parlay. I like the I guess the orphan here. Yeah, give me the orphan. And by the way,
sweet.
Either which have no fucking defense. 3.86, 4.83, 5.64. Negative striking ratio for both of them. No defense. It's going to be an ugly fight. It's, yeah. You can watch a high school fight. It'd be pretty much the same thing.
So we're all on the underdog of Mahashate. Cool. So moving up to the
I'm on Mahashate, but it's so low confidence that I'm willing to do something unprecedented right now. And I will t-shirt bet you. I will take a Gage Young for a t-shirt bet, but he is not my pick for Tapology, and he is my true pick for the show. It's so low confidence that I want to do something to kind of like.
You know what? I won't bet for Mahashate, but I will fade Gage Young. How does that sound?
No. I already have one with you. I want to get it.
Right,
I got another target right there underneath you.
I'll take Mahashate for another t-shirt. All right, that's fine. T-shirt. Let me write.
But he is my true pick, so we can use him in a parlay. Like
Gotcha.
I feel. Right. You see what I'm saying, guys?
On. Ready? All right. Next, we have the second highest line on the card. We have 11-1 Tyaleke Nuraji. Nuraji's 11-1. He's the Chinese fighter taking on Kiefer Crosby. Kiefer Crosby, the Irish fighter, is 10-5. This one's another nasty one because you can't do nothing with the favorite at minus 520. Kiefer Crosby's plus 390, which is tasty, but he's coming off back-to-back losses. Kevin Doucette got him in a rear naked choke. Sam Patterson got him in a triangle submission. That's his last two losses. Before that, he wasn't in the UFC. He was in Rise, beating some Alex Oliveira 24-13. Brian Lowenjo, that guy was 6-12-3. Kiefer Crosby has not really not a good resume. I don't know. He's 34. That's 11 years older than Nuraji. But this guy Nuraji, though, he's never fought in the UFC. Man, this is another one of these shitty fights. Nuraji is, surprise, surprise, Embo Fight Club. Another orphan. Another one on the Embo. Put him on the Embo parlay. We got like 4 or 5 people on that Embo parlay. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the youth and his last streaking. And let's see the quality of fighter he's got. Is all Asian cab drivers and shit. Rickshaw pullers. Let's see. 1-1, 8-3, 13-7, 13-4.
They're all cans.
He lost to a Meng Ding by a liver kick. Yeah. Meng Ding, definitely, he's a rickshaw puller for sure. Look at these guys. Unbelievable. It's all cans all the way up till This is Kiefer Crosby is going to be the toughest fight he's ever had, which is embarrassing. This guy's unproven. I don't know why he's minus 520, except for he's 11 years younger and he's got 10 wins, all by knockout. 1 win by submission, and he's only got 1 loss. Let's see. Has he? Oh, they're all early too. Round 1s, round 2. There's a couple of rounds. That loss was that liver kick. Everything else is round 1 too. He's getting it done fast as well. Yeah, I guess we'll go with this dude Naraji for first round knockout, only because Kiefer Crosby's just, it's just so I don't even know why he's. Well, let's look at Kiefer Crosby real quick. BDK is his nickname. He's from a horrible gym, SBG Ireland. They suck. I can't stand them. Who's he beat? Nobody really that great. Yeah, I'll go with the favorite, but not confident because that dude hasn't earned being a favorite that much, but I'll take him because of the youth, and I'm gonna fade Kiefer Crosby. What do you guys got for this one? Dave? I don't know what happened to Barry.
All right, I'll go over some face-offs real quick. So here's your face-offs. Obviously, size advantage, youth, Irish training camp, which is not the best sign. I don't even know if I have stats for these guys. Like, I'm surprised this is that's high up on the card. Kiefer Crosby. There we go. And we're at Kiefer Crosby. So we have 1 fight and 2 fight for Crosby. These stats are way off. Striking ratio 11.01 versus 6.27. Striking absorb 7.39 versus 4.97. Obviously, this is going to be a on the feet fight. I gotta take the fave here. I gotta take the local. I think Kiefer Crosby is being actually fed to the wolves here. I don't think this is going to go the distance. So if you do want to prop this bet, let's see what our odds here. Under 1.5, 1.85. Damn. Sorry, under 1.5, 2.50. My apologies. Minus 2.50 for under 1.5. This fight not going the distance. I can't even prop this. Minus 188 for a TKO. It's a little bit hard to put any money on. But yeah, right. Obviously taking the favorite on this one. I apologize, Kiefer Crosby. You're like a lamb to the slaughter.
Absolutely. We'll get back with after Barry comes back. We'll go back to see what his pick is. So yeah, that's a gross fight. Moving up the card. Now we have this one's a little bit better, but still kind of like cringy one-sided for the Chinese fighter here. We got Sumadarji taking on now. Is Sumadarji, is he a one-namer? Let's see here.
Kind of.
One name. The Tibetan Eagle, Sumadarji. He's taking on Kevin Borjas. Kevin Borjas is 10-3. And he's a slight underdog at plus 145. Sumadarji is the favorite at minus 175. This one, I think it's going to go to the slight favorite, the Chinese fighter. He's coming off a split decision win over Mitch Raposa. It's good. Before that, he lost to Charles Johnson, who's on this card. He lost to Tim Elliott, who won last week, surprisingly. And he lost to Matt Danger Schnell by submission. He did win against Zaruk Adeshev. I think that was his UFC debut. That's his last 5.
Yeah.
But Kevin Borjas, El Gallo Negro, he's coming off a win against Ronaldo Rodriguez by unanimous decision. Before that, he lost to Alessandro Costa. He lost to Joshua Van, the hot prospect, of course. And before that, he was in the Contender Series going against, nobody with a name. So the Peruvian fighter comes in as a couple years younger. He's 27. Sumadarji's 29. Sumadarji, another Embo Fight Club. However, he left Embo, and I think now he's at Alpha Male, which is even better. It makes it so he was the orphanage. Brought him up, taught him how to fight, and then after he learned, he went to sharpen his skills over at Alpha Male. I like that. I'm going with with the favorite here. I'm taking Sumadarji to beat Kevin Borjas. I would say probably we'll go like a decision. It's probably going to go to the scorecards, I'd imagine, because both these guys seem fairly durable. And, 125, you don't see a lot of people getting knocked out. So what do you think about this one, Dave?
Same. The weight class tells me the same thing. Nobody's going to finish this fight. It's going to go the distance. It's going to be a matter of volume. If we go to that, I mean, my stats aren't wonderful because there's just not that much volume there. Where are we here? There we go. Sumadarji, strike line per minute, 4.40 versus 5.10. Advantage Borjas here, but on that hindsight, strike absorbed 2.63 versus 5.99. Kevin Borjas is a fucking punching bag. This will stay on the feet. I don't think it's going to the ground. Neither of these guys are takedown guys. Accuracy 25 and 0. Not takedown guys. Takedown average not there. If anything, Sumadarji might take him down and just own him on the ground. Kevin Borjas, the reach advantage is going to be an issue. The height advantage is going to be an issue. The volume is going to be an issue as well. The defense, he doesn't have any. I'm trying to bet for Kevin, but I just got nothing for him. Sumadarji once again. I think it's pretty confident, actually. More confident than the odds are. I mean, our odds are for Sumadarji where we are at here. Minus 170. That's a parlay piece for me.
Me as well. All right. Moving up the card, the feature fight, we have heavyweights. Russia's Sergey Pavlovich is taking on Waldo Cortez Acosta. Waldo Cortez Acosta is he the salsa guy? What's his nickname? Let me see. I do believe so. Yeah, he does that cringy little salsa shake dance and when he's doing good in the ring. Salsa boy. He used to be a pitcher. He was a baseball pitcher when he was, from Dominican Republic. They breed baseball pitchers over there. So he's got a good punch, and if he lands it, he's definitely got knockout power. Look at this string of wins, man. Again, surprising ones too. I think I've picked against him almost every time. So if you look back at his last 5, they're all wins. His UFC debut, holy shit, was so long ago. All right, was against Jared Vanderup. Nobody good, he sucks. And that was a unanimous decision win. Then he beat Chase Sherman, another low-level heavyweight. He lost to Marcos Rogerio de Lima, striker. That was a unanimous decision. That's all right. He beat Lucas Bresky, nobody great. Andre Arlovsky, but that's Andre in 2024, old-ass Andre Arlovsky. He checked Robelis de Spain. Remember that dude was supposed to be the next hype train, like Taekwondo champ and shit, right? Is that the dude? No, that's not. That's a different guy. But anyway, Robelis de Spain was supposed to be a hot prospect. Waldo Cortez Acosta, fraud checked him. He beat Ryan Spann. That's a good one. And most recently, he beat Sergey Spivak. Also a good win. Dude, this guy's doing all these upsets. However, I think he's going to come to a roadblock with Sergey Pavlovich. Sergey Pavlovich, 19-3. He's coming off a win against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Unanimous decision. Before that, he did lose to Alexander Volkov and Tom Aspinall, but both of those high-quality fighters. Way better than Chase Sherman and Jared Vanderup and shit like that. You know what I mean? He beat Curtis Blades. Great. He beat Tai Tuivasa, Derek Lewis. Look at all these nice names in here. Shamil
Stop there. You made your point. You made your point. Shamil, Derek Lewis, Tuivasa, Blades, right. Aspinall, Volkov, Rozenstruik. Slightly different repertoire of opponents. Slightly different than... Who are we talking about here?
Vanderup, Chase Sherman.
Yeah, okay. Little bit fucking different repertoire of opponents going on this one.
And the thing is, Sergey Pavlovich, his foundation style is Greco-Roman wrestling. What's Waldo Cortez Acosta's hold in his game? Wrestling. He cannot wrestle. I think Sergey Pavlovich is going to take him down, use his fight IQ, the smart game plan, use his wrestling, and dominate to get a decision victory with blanket wrestling, blanket coverage, got control time, strikes, get in the clinch and all that good shit. I got Sergey Pavlovich unit, or maybe knockout. I think he might even knock Waldo Cortez, like ground and pounds. Once he gets him to the ground, might just throw some hammers down on him. So I got Pavlovich, ground and pound. What do you got?
Same here. I see the fight go to the ground. Absolutely. I guess you have that one extra strike that Cortez has, per minute, or he has 5 strikes as opposed to 4 or whatever. But I can see, I don't know why sometimes I see like these cappers who picked Waldo, they think that, he's going to be Floyd Mayweather in there. He's going to be like, Muhammad Ali, but the dude was a baseball player most of his fucking life. And when it comes to the MMA game, Pavlovich is probably going to eat him alive. I mean, he's just better everywhere, I feel. Even in the boxing, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's going to show. I don't think Cortez is going to get off like he is. I think he's been, had a couple of matchups that are kind of favorable too that padded those stats. So I'm 100%. I mean, this is like 3-1. So it's not like I'm preaching to the choir again. But easily though, anybody who's thinking about taking Cortez as the underdog winner of the week is not going to be happy when this fight card's over.
Dave?
Like I said, the repertoire of opponents, the stats even say the same thing. I mean, Waldo Cortez Acosta, yes, he might have the volume, but like the height advantage, pretty much the same. The reach advantage, 6 inches. 6 inches makes a difference. These guys are the same age, pretty much. The volume 4.54 versus 5.98 at this fucking weight class. Be careful. Hope you have good defense. Takedown average 40-50. I don't think this is going to go to the ground that much. If it does go to the ground, I do favor Sergey on this one, just because of the opponents that he's fought and his repertoire. I can't go any other way. I can't bet on I can't bet on Waldo Cortez Acosta in any way, shape, or form. Even though he is the heavier guy, I think Sergey is going to fucking just throw him around the ring all day long.
Agreed. All right, moving on. Let's go to the co-main event. No. This one, got Dave's man crush, Brian Ortega, T-City, taking on Aljamain Sterling. Now, this line's been cooked ever since everybody saw Brian Ortega's weigh-in, because he looked like a death warmed over, he was unstable, horrible. And the line moved like from, I think, Aljo earlier in the week, I want to say it was like maybe minus 300. Now he's minus 500 ever since people saw that. However, something's fishy. That might be like a trap. But I mean, my pick is definitely Aljamain Sterling, mainly because his main training partner is Merab Dvalishvili. So he's definitely going to utilize wrestling, and it's going to be kind of like the style of Merab. Like, it's going to be come at you wrestling, very aggressive. But if he takes Brian Ortega down, Brian Ortega can, he can pull out a, guillotine or a submission, just pull one out of his ass. That's what's scary about this. And I think Brian Ortega, it was kind of like, he looked like shit and stuff on the weigh-ins, but I don't know. It's kind of, he's so like weird and flighty. That might just have been a play. Just, I don't know. It seems kind of a little funny to me, but yeah, my pick is Aljo, but at minus 500, I can't throw him in a parlay. I can't do anything with that. I suppose you could take him inside the distance. Dave's going to probably tell me what that is, but yeah, that would be my play, Aljamain Sterling inside the distance. However, T-City, he might scoop up a guillotine and mess up everybody's parlays with that guilt. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. My pick's
These
Aljo.
lines have gone crazy. Like, ever since he weighed in, Aljamain was at minus 295, and then after weighing in, minus 420.
See, that's what I'm saying. And you can fake a bad weight cut, and it's
Ortega
just
always has bad weight cuts. Always.
I know he always looks like shit, but then he comes out
he always
soaring
does.
like an eagle, like ripping his feathers off and growing a new beak and shit, and come out there and soaring like an eagle. You know what I mean?
Let's see how they look in the face-offs.
Oh yeah, it looks like shit.
That looks okay in the face-offs. He looks okay. He looks weathered, but okay. He's making weight, and he's going to be the bigger guy.
Yeah, the
Don't
fix.
fade my guy yet. Don't fade him that bad.
That Dave wants to give Brian Ortega a reach around. Just keep that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt, whatever he says.
He's so
What's
pretty.
that tattoo say? Like God's warrior or something? Like God's warrior. And that's a new tattoo. He didn't have that last time he fought.
God's Farrier. Fear. Or God's
fear.
In Lyrier, it's not warrior. It's fucking something different.
Whatever. So yeah, I'm calling trap, but my pick will be Aljo, and I'm not throwing any money toward this at all. Barry, what did you say? What do you think?
You know what, man? I'm gonna give my boy. I keep talking about him, bro, because we're best friends. You know, shout out to Useless. Like, he's going on like 9 weeks in a row with a winning lock pick. You know, they're chalky or whatever, but still, like they're like kind of worth it. You know what I mean? Like Matsumoto. You know, you could do something with that. And so now I'm gonna kind of use him as like a parlay piece guy. Like whatever his lock is, will probably be like in a parlay that I use as an anchor because I think it's a pretty safe pick with Aljo. This isn't the type of fighter that Ortega thrives where there's a talent gap between the grappling. So like he couldn't beat, you know, Max Holloway, but like Cub Swanson, you know, even Cub Swanson has a little jiu-jitsu, but he ain't no Aljo. Aljo's the better jiu-jitsu guy. I was thinking about this. And you guys tell me who's better. And I know he hasn't, like, you know, won a whole bunch by submission, but he beat Chase Hooper recently in a grappling match. If you want to know how good Aljo is. And, you know, we all kind of like, you know, glaze Chase. So even though he sucks at striking, you know, you guys asked it recently, but Aljo's the real deal. And I think he's better than Ortega in jiu-jitsu. And that's jiu-jitsu. That's like Ortega's secret weapon. So if he nullifies Ortega's secret weapon, you know, I can see Aljo, you know, possibly finishing Ortega, maybe even subs him. You know what I mean? I think Ortega will be.
He finished who? So Chase Hooper.
But he beat him at grappling. He didn't sub him, but he beat him. Chase.
Yeah,
that's Chase's only thing. Chase. That's his only talent.
He beat him split decision. That could have been like 1 point, like an escape or something. Who knows? But I like he's doing extracurricular, like outside of MMA. He's doing grappling. Look, karate combat shit.
And, you know, Brian's just weird. You know what I mean? Like he was with Tracy, what's her face, and then he got back with his girlfriend, and he was showing off his car. Like, I don't know. Like he's like depressed.
He's a weirdo. He's
you know, he's depressed. The way he gives his interviews nowadays. You know, I watched the interview with him and Mike Wilbon. I sound like Mike Wilbon right now. Mike Wilbon always sounds like his voice is quivering from MMA Junkie. And he was interviewing Brian Ortega, and it was the worst. Watch that interview and tell me, like, if it looks like Brian Ortega wants to be there. And if I was thinking, like, what is it if it's not like, you know, I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not going to diagnose him. But, like, you know, could it be it being in China? Is that fucking with them? Because if you weren't, like, preparing for that, you can't just show up to China. And he just strikes me as a guy that his priorities are maybe a little bit messed up. He's shouting out. We know each other kind of. He's pastors, remember? Where he goes to church.
Yeah.
So I know those people too, and you know anybody who I know is a
God's warrior. It's just written weird. I'm looking at his Instagram. They had a close up of it.
You know, if you know who I know, you're not going far. So you know, let me take Aljamain Sterling, like, you know, for the win. Minus 500 now. It's kind of shitty. It was 200
back when he was like 270 something. That's when I put him in a parlay. I think thankfully. But now he's untouchable at minus 500. All right, Dave, you going with your boy or you going against him?
Oh, I'm going against him, but I'm going to put a scratch off on him, obviously. But he's not going to be like Aljamain Sterling minus 500, not any parlays.
Right.
I think it's obvious who's going to win this one. I do have I got a boy crush, so I'm going to bet my boy crush as a scratch off just because plus 380 is fun. But I do believe Aljamain Sterling is going to win this. He will probably win this within distance. I don't think Ortega has the physicality to last the 3 rounds against Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling's a wrestling fucking monster. And we all know that Ortega does not have good stand-up defense. We all have seen Max Holloway teach him in the fucking ring how to fucking it's a
Where's
bad
that
look.
inside the distance line for Aljo?
Aljo within the distance. Hang on a second. Let me get this here. Aljo by TKO, DQ, or submission is at plus 145.
That's playable.
Aljo by TKO, DQ, or decision. Because, subbing Ortega. How many times has Ortega been subbed? Hang on a second, Hammer. Let me have a look here. Ortega has been subbed.
Scroll up and you'll see the bar graph.
Yeah, Ortega's been subbed never. So Ortega is not likely to be subbed. So by TKO, DQ, or decision, good line as far as the bookies go. That's probably the best line you can bet on. Minus 170 for Aljamain on this one. But I'm fading my homie. Sorry, Brian. Your stand-up's not fair. And you're going up against a fucking wrestling monster who that's his bread and butter. So not a good look. Sorry, Brian.
It's all right. Moving on. We got the main event now. Johnny Walker, 21-9, plus 300. He did switch gyms from SBG Ireland to now he's with Eric Nixick. But Eric Nixick, as of recently, those fighters out of Extreme Couture have not been winning. Just note that too. And he's taking on China's Mountain Tiger, Mingyang Zhang. Mingyang Zhang's a big favorite. The most recent line I got for him is minus 380, 19-6. But is he really warranted against the likes of Johnny Walker? I think so. He's got 13 wins by knockout. Let's take a look. He hasn't lost since, holy shit, he's got a sea of green. He hasn't lost since 2019. He got choked out, and who's he beat? Anthony Smith, Ozzy Diaz, Brenson Ribeiro, Tuco Tocos. Before that is where he was doing those, getting the Chinese rickshaw pullers. But, I think he's going to get it done here against Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker has had a way better resume, schedule of people that he's beat and lost to. Who's he got in there? He beat Ian Kotalaba, Paul Craig, Anthony Smith, Ryan Spann, Misha Serkinov. Khalil Roundtree's, he beat him. So since 2018, he's been doing the thing right. He's lost only to known names: Nikita Krylov, Thiago Santos, Jamal Hill, Magomed Ankalaev, most recently Volkan Ozdemir, uppercut in round 1. That was not a good. That's a bad look there. But I gotta go with Mingyang Zhang. I think this is tailored for him to win, and they want to build him up as the next light heavyweight. You don't get many light heavyweights from Asia. You know what I mean? Yeah, a couple here and there from Korea, but
good point. Yeah,
you don't see many from China. This would be who's that? Oral by what's he? He's Mongolian. You know what I mean? So I think this event was built on Mingyang Zhang to win. That's why he's a big favorite like that. So I'm going to go with Zhang. I'm going to say early knockout too. Before round 3, I'm going to say round 2 knockout of Johnny Walker. What do you guys got for this fight?
No way this going distance.
It's a true story, Geraldine. You can't say taxi drivers because they're rickshaw pullers. What happened to Barry? Gone. All right, Dave, give your spiel. Barry still got to catch up on a couple picks and before too.
So
anyway.
the first thing you have to look at is that these guys do not go distance. Look at Johnny Walker. I mean, either he's winning it or he's losing it. Round 1, round 2, round 1. Anthony Smith, okay, decision. That was like the fucking whatever. Round 1, round 1, round 1. Round 1 again, round 1, round 1. This guy finishes fights quickly. Thing is with Zhang, same thing with him. His last win, Anthony Smith, finished him round 1. That's a weakened old Anthony Smith, not a good look. Ozzy Diaz, but I mean, he did what he was supposed to do in round 1. Ozzy Diaz, same thing. He did what he was supposed to do in round 1. Ribeiro did what he was supposed to do in round 1. Round 1. This guy hasn't fucking gone past. Holy shit! This guy hasn't gone. It's been 2018 since he's gone to the second round. So a little bit scary here on whether this guy is actually going to last. But looking at Johnny Walker's cardio, he's one and done. He's not finishing anything besides Anthony Smith, which, I mean, the other guy fucking finished Anthony Smith real easy. I don't think this is even an option. I see Zhang within distance. If you like Zhang within distance, I mean, probably by knockout, because he's not really I'll bring up the stats, but he's not really a ground game guy. He's a stand-up guy. Like I said, takedown average 0.00. Strike landed 10.91. The volume on this guy is insane. So we're looking at a Zhang knockout within a certain amount of time. Minus 250 is the best you can do. Prop bet at minus 250. I'm not looking at fucking prop betting anything at minus 250. The card's built around him. Zhang within distance, easy.
All right, real fight or Barry, you got to give your pick on this. And then we have to go back to a couple that you missed.
Well, what Dave said, because I mean, this fight card was built around him. That's why I hate cards like this. Like, it's obvious. It's fucking. I feel like the UFC is insulting my intelligence. Like, I'm just gonna pick the guy from China.
Sweet. All right, we're all in agreement there. Now we have to do our 3-leg plus money junkie parlay. But first, Barry, you got to give your picks for the Sumadarji Kevin Borjas fight and the Kiefer Crosby Naraji fight.
I feel like Sumadarji is just a slightly better striker. You know, we want to pick Borjas because of guys that come out of South America that are Mexican. That's all they do too.
Peruvian
is. I feel like I think it's for Bolivia or something like that. I don't know where it's from. I know it's for somewhere like that. So, but I got to read here on Sumadarji. I don't know who you guys pick. I'm curious. Who did you guys?
Everybody picked Sumadarji.
Oh hell yeah! Okay.
Also,
cool.
He's going to make the Embo Fight Club parlay as well. Now, how about the other one? The second highest line on the card, Naraji versus Kiefer Crosby. And Naraji, remember, this guy's unproven. He has 0 fights in the UFC. He's going against rickshaw pullers, but Kiefer Crosby just sucks. So
yeah, this is a genius fight to set up, right? Because you got this guy that's more familiar to that part of the world. I know he's like Kazakhstan or something like that. He's got the hat, but you can prop him up, and you can do it off the back of somebody who you don't give a shit about. In Kiefer Crosby, who went 6-5 in the amateur scene. So, I mean, that's just, the odds tell the story right there. So I got the favorite.
Right.
Also, how do you say his name?
What's 11. There's an 11-year age difference too. For Naraji's 11 years younger. So anyway, now we have to go back and pick 3 that we all agree upon the decent odds. So the first one we all agree upon is Long Zhao. He's plus money actually over Su Young Yu, the Korean Jiu-Jitsu. I got Long Zhao, so that's a plus money one. That's a good one. Then let's see. Nope, no, we're all on Rong Zhu. He's minus 285. That's kind of steep. We're all in Mahashate plus 124. That's 2 plus monies we could throw in there if you guys are down with it. I'm down with it.
I'm always down with it.
And finally, to end it off, we got I like Sumadarji at minus 175. The other ones are chalkier because Aljo, Sergey Pavlovich minus 250, and the other guy, Naraji's minus 520. That's ridiculous. So Sumadarji, you guys good with that one? So let's plug
That was
that
kind
in.
of like, that's really close right there. But let's do it.
All right, let me sign into DraftKings.
I don't know. Like, I feel like Smart Woody plays Sergey, to be honest with you. But what do you feel,
which one? Who you want to replace?
Sumadarji
with Sergey?
Okay, let's go all the way because I'm going to place it too.
Yeah, we're going to get the plus. This is the plus money junkie. We got to try to make it the best odds we can.
Yeah,
so we're taking the 2 plus monies. Mahashate and Longzhou are both plus money, and then we're going to throw in that Sumadarji. So Longzhou plus 120. Who was it? The other one, Mahashate plus 124, and finally Sumadarji is minus 175. All three of them together plus 674. I like that. Place bet. Sweet. This is a decent one. I like it. It's decent plus money, and I'm kind of fairly confident on this one as well. So here's the.
Hey, I'm not watching any of this fight, guys. I'm not thinking about it. I don't give a fuck. Like, I did this last year. I stayed up, and then the year before, I woke up and I watched Billy Bob. What's his name? He knocked out Jika Sergi. I like this guy, Billy something. He's like a blue collar guy. He's a union guy. He's a good fighter. I don't know if he's still in the UFC, but I woke up to that, and I think it was Sergey. My guy got knocked out, and that was the night that Max Holloway fought Korean Zombie and he retired. I was so fucking tired that day, man. Like, trying to wake up early. I woke up like at 3:30 that day, and I watched those fights. And it was nice to watch Korean Zombie retire. It was pretty cool. I was like, that's pretty savage. But
all right, now for Gerald Lynch, we're gonna do a white boy parlay. So let's find some Americans we can trust, or if not trust, at least take a shot on. Weston Wilson plus 675. I might just play
that's
that
what
one
I hope I wake up to. By sub. I want to see that by fucking.
All the white boys are plus money except for Gage Young. He's the only one that's not. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one to win. I don't think it's gonna happen. But let's see what happens with Gage Young, Charles Johnson, Kyle Dawkins. I like the Kyle.
What kind of parlay is that? Charles Johnson? He's
not white. You're right. He's not white boy. He's American. Missouri, I was looking at the American flags. All right. So
we could do that. America and China, you know what I mean? Like America first, a MAGA parlay or whatever.
Okay, USA parlay. Gage Young, Johnson, Dawkins, Hubbard. Oh my God, I can't pick.
You don't have to do Hubbard. Just pick the best three. You pick the best three.
That's what we'll do. Gage Young, Charles Johnson, and Kyle Dawkins, the American 3-leg.
That's I feel so. It's not my best three because Dawkins that's just wild, guys. That's reckless.
What we could take a plus 3.5 points, meaning but he's weak chinned. I think if Michelle Perez wins, he's gonna knock him out. But anyway, let's go with Dawkins' wrestling. Dawkins. What else I say? Charles Johnson,
Gage Young,
and Gage Young. So those three. Those three plus 1432 for the American 3-leg parlay.
Okay.
Let me post this one.
What happened to the one name? It's because Yiza fucks that shit up.
Oh, because he's minus 1,000.
You could do a hat parlay. But no, that's minus 400 for that Tayat Laki Naraji. I really like
Okay,
Sumanarji Mahashate as like a one name because Yizan, I mean, that would be
he
disgusting.
has a last name. It's Hayasayer or some shit like that. It says
Oh,
it
that's
in
true.
yeah.
That's true.
Says,
That's true.
okay, so here's the OK USA. You know what that line is from? That's from Bloodsport. The one guy that lets that big dude into the underground fight thing. OK USA. Okay, so there's that one. That's a good one. I want to do an Embo fight team parlay. Now that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs. If you take everybody from Embo fight team, they are Yiza. He's not going to make it because he's too chalky. Rong Zhu, he'll make it. Mahashate, he'll make it. Sumadarji, he'll make it. We can't put in that neurology guy either because he's too chalky. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. So, what are you guys gonna do?
Oh,
Can I just say one parlay? I'm gonna say it out loud for the guys who spent their night with us, who deserve like something with a real thought behind it. I have it's plus 376, guys. Okay, that's not fucking bad. I'm gonna say the three names, and Dave is gonna put it in for himself because I love Dave. And Dave, you sent me a shirt, bro. Thank you.
What do you got?
I'm gonna pay you back. Michelle Pereira, Mahashate, Sergey Pavlovich, plus 370. You're welcome.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I'm gonna play
I'm
that.
still putting $5 on the Fight Club parlay of Zhu, Niraji, and Mudarji. I got plus 519.
What's the payout? What's the odds?
Oh, plus 519.
Really?
I'm just putting a scratch off $5 pick.
How many you got in it?
Yeah.
Put it up. 4.
Sure.
4.
Sorry, 5. Yiza, Zhu, Mashate, Niraj, and Mudariji.
What?
So you got 5 of them in there?
Yeah, 5 of them there, plus 519. That's pretty sad. The odds are horrible.
I gotta see it, bro. That's like one. That's too many words in my mind.
I'm not doing Yiza or Naraji in there, so I just got 3, and they come out to plus 375. Sumadarji, Mahashate, and Rong Zhu. Those the Embo Fight Club thing. Throw that in there though, because the other guys are way too chalky. It's not gonna.
Yeah, they are. It's pretty bad. Not the best bet.
It's all right.
I'm really putting all my hope in fucking Mahashate, which is he's fighting Gage Young, right? Hold on. Because he's just so low volume. I hate that shit, but it's the odds, man.
Gage Young. I don't even know why he's the favorite there.
It's the odds, bro. I got to go with that plus money if it's going to be 50-50. You feel me? Right? That's how I roll. And it works out. Like I swear it does.
Good luck on all bets, homies. I'm gonna crash tonight.
Me too. I'm gonna try to wake up a little early. Maybe wake up.
Psychology group number 926. Let me prop it.
Hey, Ranj, I like the shirt, bro. I like the long sleeve, dog. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Lose a couple pounds, you'll be able to wear it.
That's fucking mean.
Oh, stop! You're the one that said, "I know you got it from China because it's tight."
Oh, bro.
No, I don't know. Wherever I think
lecture boy.
I don't know where it came from. Whatever. But anyway, I still owe you 2, and we have a bet on the Gage Young and Mahashate thing. So that's
like fine. I said, 50-50. That's how I feel about it.
So these fights start roughly 5 hours from now.
I know. I'm not watching it, bro. I'm sick. I'm just gonna sleep. Maybe it's meant to be. This is the weekend because I'm not watching the fights. God was like,
Right.
Fucking be sick this days.
I'm gonna try to wake up for the main events anyway, for the main card. That's around 6
Because
o'clock.
you're 3 hours more of a chance. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
get to, wake up.
But
at your
I'm an early riser anyway throughout the week, so I think I will wake up and watch this shit. So
cool, though.
yeah, don't
Good
forget
for
to
you.
put your Tapology picks, and I'm gonna do mine right now before we're done. And yeah, best of luck tomorrow, and
good luck. We'll see
good
what
luck
happens,
with
bro.
the Shanghai with the Chinese. All right,
Oh, my God.
later. Good night.
See you later, bro. Night, chat.